Hey guys, we're going to be doing the requested repair for claim number PP0021478716. Today is July 17th. The temperature we got today at this time is 89 degrees. It's 10:50 a.m. and this is the shingle that we're going to be removing to show the repairability. And what BS means is the shingles that we're going to be breaking the seal. As you can see, there's the division right here. So we're going to have to break the seal on 4 shingles because this shingle goes all the way over here. So that means we have to get some nails that are under here. Let me show you the delamination on the Dragon tooth before we do anything. Everything is sealed correctly. Look, my spatula doesn't go in there. And that's how everything is before we start manipulating. Look, when I pass my hand, if you can get closer, when I pass my hand, you don't see no granules coming off. And I'm being pretty soft, pretty gentle with it. This is how it looks before we do anything, and we have a little control area. This is our control area. Look, I'm rubbing my hand gently through here, and we don't have any granule loss when I do this. Okay, that's just for us to keep a record. So this is what I'm gonna use to break the seal. As you can see, it's pretty thin. We're gonna use it to be able to get the shingle out. So we about to start now. You can see here's the division of the shingle. So you gotta gently get it under it. Okay, you can see the main shingle is off. Let's see how it looks from the bottom. Okay, seems to be okay. Let's see when we get it out, how everything looks. Same thing with this one. Here's all the way I can go because of the ridge cap. Hopefully that'll be enough. Now, get close. Look at this. And you see I'm being as gentle as I can, but that has ripped a shingle already that is staying in place. Okay. Ready? Like I explained, this one goes all the way over here. The shingles 13 1/4, 13 1/8. So right here, 13 1/4. Look where the shingle goes to. Or even if it was 13 1/8, it doesn't change the fact that the shingle goes over here. So we have some, this shingle gets now over here, so still holding this piece. So I gotta break this seal as well. Enough. So now I'm going to be using this paw bar to get the shingle out. Gotta have one right here in the corner. I went through that nail, so let's see, it's another one right here. Else right here. Look, all the nails from the bottom part are removed, and I still can get it out. Still have some nails over here to remove. Through this single has pulled through that one, so doesn't come up, so it means there's another nail holding it somewhere. closer. Where it broke, over there. Look, we have this material transfer. Where's this come from? That piece over there. So, material transfer. Look at this, get closer. You can see the fiberglasses right here. Where's that little chunk of asphalt? On that shingle. Same thing right here, if you can get closer to those. Okay, now look at the ones on the back. Seems to be okay, except this piece, which is on the left side. Look, there's a big chunk on the left side. So what does that mean? Has to be right here, which is this one. You see? So if this one were to stay, this one needs to be removed. But when we remove this one, we're afraid that's going to happen to the ones that are staying. Now let's look at the ones at the top. If you can get low, that means right here, you can see the material transfer on this chunk of transfer right here. Same thing over here. So let's see, what about the ones we manipulated? They're staying in place. Has any of that happened? Yes, to this one. Get closer. If you can zoom in that one, you got fiberglasses and you got a chunk of asphalt. So even if we hand seal it, we don't know if that's going to do the work. So we actually creating more damage. This one's over here. If you can feel it right here. It's not really bad, but you have chunks of asphalt there. So now let's say before we nail the other piece down, no major shingles coming out, no major of granules coming out. As you can see, I was being pretty gentle to try to remove everything. But even though we use a really thin tool to break the seal, you saw what happened. And this is just from one shingle. So our concern is what's going to happen when we do it with, we have probably 30 shingles to replace, more than 30 shingles. So what's going to happen to the surrounding area? So now, let's get the package. We're going to install a shingle, always Corning, brand new package. As you can see, we haven't opened it. According to what we saw, this was the closest match that they have available. Perfectly. To make a little cut to the shingle. We ran out of the battery on the other phone, guys, but as you can see, everything's still the same. I was getting the nails ready to to install the shingle. All right. Let's see. I have to put one here in the corner. That's the minimum I can have to bend the shingle to be able to nail it, guys. Spring. This one right here in the corner. You have to nail it on a different hole, as you can see right here. Look at this. What started to happen? It wasn't like that. Look, you see that I'm being as gentle as I can. Look what happened right here. Come closer to here. It ripped. So, let's see. Look, this one's pretty close to the ridge, so that's where the hole is. So I have to look, it just ripped, and I was doing it pretty gentle. That's in place now. Now let's look at that. You can see this is what happened after the repair. We got two areas that we have the mat transfer. We have this shingle that it broke. You can see my finger that is staying just to replace this one. And now let's remember that this ones have some missing matting and some missing granules as well, because that other shingle took it. The bottom of the shingle, grab this chunk, so that's from this piece right here. So we have material transfer right there. And now let's see the delamination. Look at this one. Look, and I'm barely touching it. Look at the crease. There's a crease on that one. Look at the granules coming off. There's not a lot, to be honest. But look at this. This wasn't here. Now let's put this one. One's still good. One's still good. And this one, look. It broke from there, just exactly like this one. Look at this one. All right. So let's see the visual part. It's definitely not a reasonable look in our opinion. Of course, that's for the homeowner to determine, but I don't think it will be a reasonable repair. And we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 or 5 damages to the surrounding areas just for one shingle. So what's going to happen when we do it to 35 shingles, 30 shingles? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxments, and you need 7 to 9 shingles in each boxment. So that's why we believe we're actually going to be doing more damage to the system than providing a long-term viable solution. Compare that to this control area. And just besides the visual aspect, I mean, the way it's going to perform is definitely going to be effective. All right, that's all we have, guys. So let us know what's going to happen.